Today, May 8th, is where it begins. I start a 7-day fast. 7 days I've not done before. I've done 5, but not 7, and I think it's time. I think it's time to actually go the distance, a whole week. I'm prepared for it. I've been actually training for, I guess, half a year. Now, of course, why? That's probably the biggest question people have when I talk about like doing a fast, even a 1 day, 2 day, 4 day, 7 day. Why? Why do it? Well, there actually are a few good reasons. Number one, I gotta be totally honest, it's a little bit more fat trimming. I kind of like the way things have gone, where things are going, but there's a little bit that I just cannot seem to get off, and I think I think a good 7-day fast is going to make a difference and last me a while. Like, you can do it and then not have to worry about it for a while and then maybe go back to it. So it is a cycle, but it's one you just kind of have to accept. Number two is that fasting has many other positive aspects to it besides like weight control. And that's where I'm also doing it, clearing out the biome, getting things reset, giving my digestive system a break and just kind of starting over and building up the reserves, all those chemicals, all those proteins, all that good stuff that makes the system work. Number three is control. I think it helps to just establish who's in charge. The brain's in charge, I'm in charge, I make the decisions of when to eat, how much to eat. And a fast is a good way to kind of like just teach yourself that you actually have more control than you realize. If you can do even 1 day, you have some control, 2 days, 4 days, 5, but if you can do 7 days, then yeah, you definitely have established that you can control your cravings, your desires, and your hunger, your eating patterns. And number four, it's a demonstration to others, because I think a lot of people struggle with it. They kind of give up. There's no way I can control it. People can't control it. Or you can, I can. If I can do it, I mean, really anyone can do it. I don't have any superpower on this kind of stuff. I just have dedicated myself to, I don't know, just learning how and achieving goals. So I think this is one. I don't think anyone should start with 7. I think 7 is crazy. Unless you really worked up to it. But starting with small ones, a 1-day fast, maybe then get to a 2-day fast. So, but it is good to know it can be done and it makes a difference, and there are a lot of positive things that can come out of it. That said, I don't think anyone should do it without, I don't know, you could get a doctor's approval or whatever if you were. I don't, but I think other people could. It's recommended. Yeah, starting off slowly and research. Just there's so many YouTube videos. There's so much good research out there. That's probably one of the best ways to get started. And if there's any downfalls, I would think, yeah, I'm going to waste some food. I got a little bit of wine left that's not going to be drunk now. I've got some food left that's going to spoil. Fasting, I think one of the things about intermittent eating and fasting is just like it's hard to really plan on which food you can keep. You have to freeze food, but perishable food seems to go by fast. But most importantly, the starting figures, because I started kind of this morning, I suppose. I got up, have not really eaten, so I would say the first thing to do is how I feel. Energy. I got tons of energy right now. I got a good night's sleep. I ate a lot yesterday, so I'm still digesting that. So I got plenty of energy. Energy level, I would say, is 9. I mean, I feel like could be higher, but I feel energized. Hunger, I would say 1 out of 10. I mean, I'm not stuffed where I think I can't eat a bite, but I just feel like I don't have to eat. I could eat, as the saying goes. So a 1, yeah. If they're going out to breakfast or there's some tasty food in front of me, I could eat it, but other than that, no, I could easily not eat. But again, it helps having eaten so much yesterday. I'm at a pretty high, my weight is the highest it's been in like 2 weeks, so I'm starting out at a high weight. And emotion, I feel good. I feel very positive. Hunger doesn't really affect me like it does other people, but I still, I can feel it. I feel good. I'm in great spirits. Okay, at the end of day 1, how do I feel? Let me give a rating for hunger. 5. Yeah, it went up a little, but really not that much worse. It's a mental thing. It's just a mental thing. Physically, it's probably maybe a 3, but mentally it's a 5. And I just cooked some spaghetti and had to freeze it because I can't eat it now. So that kind of raises things up too. But you build willpower when you're hungry and you don't eat. I think there's something to be said for that. Number 2, energy. Yeah, 6, maybe a 7. I don't know, I feel pretty good most of the day. But I did also sleep. I took a nap after work. You do get lack of energy that will decline, and the only way to really fix that, I think, is sleep. So there's more naps when you fast, or at least for me. And finally, mood. I feel great. I feel 8. I feel very, I feel I'm in a good mood. Hunger does not affect me the way it affects others. So, yeah, overall, I think it was a pretty good day. If tomorrow has the same, if tomorrow is the same, you take it. I just say you take it one day at a time. So if tomorrow were the exact same as today, I could do this for a long time. I won't because, yeah, I only have so much fat to use as fuel, and then it becomes, yeah, a problem. But I got a little bit that I'm burning, and that's good. But again, there's so many other things, autophagy and HGR. There's just a lot of benefits for fasting. So don't think it's always about burning fat. But that is kind of a cool part. So let's see what tomorrow brings. So it is day 2 now, and I feel pretty good. I woke up not feeling too hungry. I would give my hunger level let's give it a 4. Energy level, I would give that a 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. And, well, no, let's round it off, 7. And as far as mood, I feel great. So the mood can be an 8. Why not? I feel like an 8 today. As far as the weight went down about 2 pounds, but that's to be expected. No food in the belly, and or at least it's running out and moving through the system. And then water weight, yeah, water weight shouldn't change too much because I've been hydrated the entire time. So, yeah. And waist actually didn't go down at all. Waist actually went up a tiny bit, maybe 1/4 inch, but that's as well. I kind of expected that. Nothing on the ketone strips yet. I think it's about the same, like really low level color, if anything. I expect it probably to start getting into the pink and red later on today. We'll see how far that goes. By evening, I'm sure we'll see some color in there. And that's it for now. Yeah, day 2 is, it's an important day. If you can get through day 2, I think it gets a lot easier after that for some reason. Especially if the hunger isn't growing and you're mentally getting stronger, and just don't think about food. You can't think about the end. That's when it's hardest, is when you start thinking about the finish line. Forget about that. One day at a time. All right, we are at the end of day 2, or close to the end. I'm not going to be doing much more. So I'll go with hunger. 6, I guess. Energy level, I guess, is low. I feel tired, fatigued, but not really sleepy. So that's going to be a problem probably. And these aren't unknown things. As far as mood, I mean, I feel good. It is sort of frustrating when you know you can get things done, you got time, but not the energy to do things. So I guess that's one thing. Ketone level has gone up. Yeah, I definitely got some ketones in the bloodstream. I would hope so, 2 days with no food. I am eager to get to day 3. Day 3 is when, yeah, you can start, I think, seeing some of the positive things occur. But also, I imagine the hunger, I don't know what's going to happen with the hunger. I wouldn't be surprised if hunger stays the same. But the fatigue, I think, is going to probably hit me more tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, so far, it's good to be done with 2, almost done with 2. I'm always happy when the second day is done. So that means one more day, and yeah, then I'm almost to the halfway point. So yeah, all right, that's it. It is day 3 of the Great Fast. I call it the Great Fast for me. It's the longest fast. Well, not yet, but it's maybe going to be the longest fast I've tried. So, depends how I feel. I can quit at any time. That's my slogan. Down not even a pound since yesterday, which is a little disappointing. I thought, well, okay. And waistline is actually up. Go figure. But also, part of that is just measurement. You take the tape, and when you first wrap it around, it gets, I don't know if it's stretched, but if you just kind of keep letting it relax, it'll go out. And think, oh man. So you kind of got to stick with one method or the other, and I don't. I just kind of go with what I want it to be, I suppose, each day, but no matter. So yeah, but pictures, I mean, if I look at the photos, I think, wow, yeah, definitely losing some weight. But I wasn't really huge to begin with, so there's that. Energy. No, we start off with hunger. It's just weird. It's weird not to be like starving at this point. I feel no hungrier today than the past 2 days. I could eat, but I could also not eat. I think that's sort of, yeah. But again, if you're used to not having breakfast, then I think it's just the brain is in control of a lot of this. But I think the leptin or whatever, the levels, yeah, I checked the ketone strip, definitely in fat burning mode now, which is cool. So by day 3, yeah, it took a few days to get in there. So it's nice to know that the rest of today, the energy that I need to survive and keep the heart pumping and the brain firing those neurons is going to be supplied by fat instead of, well, there's no food to you. There's no other option. So it's cool. Your bodies are made for this, so it's kind of fun. Yeah. So hunger is not very big, and energy. Yeah, I feel like it's like 7, really. I mean, I could probably work out right now if I wanted to. I don't want to, but I could work out right now. Maybe I'll do a few exercises. And what is it? Mood? I'm gonna say like 9 because I think it's partly because I had enough sleep, and I had a weird sleep that I dreamed about food. Yeah, there's that. But I feel recharged, and I got up before the alarm. I think like an hour before my alarm, where you normally get up. So it was one of those like times where I got up and I just felt like I've gotten all the sleep. Normally when I wake up, it's like the alarm goes off and I think, no, I need like 8 more hours. And this time I just got up and thought, no, I got it. I'm full. My sleep tank is full. That is just weird, and I didn't get to bed that much earlier, but I did nap yesterday, so maybe that was part of it. So, yeah, and there's one like side effect supposed to be like maybe insomnia sometimes, but no, I don't know. I think sometimes the other side effect is just you sleep better. No wine at night, so there's something to be said for that. This is day 3 with no wine. Yeah, all right, there's that, but yeah, I do feel I feel good. This is just weird. Yeah, day 3, no food, and I feel good. So let's see how I feel tonight. Okay, I've reached the end of day 3, and I gotta say, I'm really surprised how well it's gone. The hunger level is 6, has not really gotten any higher. I could even say it's like 4 or 5 at times today. Actually, right now it's probably about a 4. It does kind of fluctuate a little bit, but I think because it never gets any higher, my mind just starts ignoring it. As long as I have lots of fluids, lots of coffee and my diet drinks, and yeah, I'm fine. Energy was pretty good. I think at times it was like 9 actually. I just was like, had a lot of energy today, so that was cool. Not really any really low points that I could think of. I think after work I was just kind of thinking, what am I gonna do for the next like 6 hours? But it actually filled up fine. And mood, 8, 9. I think my mood was great. I just did the ketone levels, and they're pretty high. Not as high as I would have thought at this point, but that's fine. I know I'm in ketosis right now. I have to be. It's been 3 days with no food, and not even any small amounts, because sometimes those, if you add those sugar-free drinks, they have like 2 grams of carbs and maybe 10 calories. I said, not this time. It's got to be 0. It's going to be 0. So, yeah, it's just amazing. What the biggest surprise for me today was, aside from like having lots of energy, was just that I was able to work out. I was able to do like a lot of exercises, like 100 sets, 100 reps, and 7 different exercises. Pull-ups and push-ups and dips and some stomach things and leg lifts. Again, I did them in small sets. There wasn't any like massive. I don't think I broke any records as far as actually I did with curls. So yeah, that was the biggest surprise, because I really thought during fasting you can't really do any sort of like good level of exercise, but apparently you can. So yeah, and the other surprise, not really I guess at this point, but the hunger did not go up. The hunger has just stayed at the same level. At times I don't even think about food at all. Now I'm thinking about it because I just talked about it, but yeah, so I'm eager to get to day 4. And then at some point, I will be like past the halfway mark and going downhill at that point. It's just, when I say that, I get really excited because I think, wow, halfway point of a week of no food. That's crazy. Oh, and one last thing, I won't make this too long, but when I had my morning coffee this morning, I just got like this, like I was buzzed. I had this like high buzz. It's just really weird. I was like, whoa. Even points during the day where I just had it's that mental clarity where you can focus. I get a lot of work done. I love that part of it where your mind can focus on something and just get, just really dedicate yourself to it. So that stuff about the brain, ketones in the brain really make a difference. But yeah, there's times where you just feel like you get that sixth sense, like you have this extra clarity. You could focus on things and just your senses are heightened. It's weird, but it happens. So there's a lot of exciting things. Day 4 is tomorrow, and I can't wait. All right, day 4 now, and I guess I'm totally in ketosis and feeling the effects of it. Yesterday was a good day. Today so far seems like a good day. I don't know if it's going to be as good. We'll find out. But anyway, hunger, I would say 5. I could eat, I could not eat. What else do we measure? Energy, 6. I could have more energy. I wouldn't want to go running right now, but otherwise I feel pretty good. And mood, 7. I could feel better, but I still feel fine. Slept pretty well, I would say. No problems. It is weird to go to bed with like no wine and no food. I go to bed and I don't even watch as much TV. I think I just kind of want to sleep at night. So that is but that's not about really fasting. That's just about a lifestyle change. No food, no wine at night, at least right before bed. So that could happen, but probably won't keep doing that. I don't know, we'll see. Other than that, weight is down 5 pounds now. So about exactly 5 pounds after 3 days. Mostly that's just having no food. But the water weight, I've been definitely drinking a lot of water, a lot of fluids. And yeah, I'm anxious to get to the halfway point, which technically is going to be halfway through the day because that Monday morning, the fast really started Monday morning at like 6 a.m. because I had that one piece of beef jerky. So technically that's when I stopped eating food. So I have to go I lost half a day just because of that one snack, which yeah, I don't feel great about, but it happened. So, all right, let's see what happens at the end of day 4. And ketosis is still pretty about, 1.5, 15. So that's all right. All right, here we go. This is the end of day 4. Day 4, and almost getting into record territory for me. I've had 4, and then I stopped on the 5th. So yeah, actually, if I get past tomorrow, it will be 5 days and counting. That's crazy. Today was definitely not as good as yesterday. No big workouts. The only thing I did was some tricep workout. Tired a lot more today. Bit of the headaches today, and the hunger was never that bad though. It's just so weird not to get really hungry. I'd say, okay, hunger would be 6, and energy would be 5, and mood would be 7, I think. I mean, I felt okay. I didn't feel like cranky or angry. I just felt, it was frustrating being tired, of course. But other than that, yeah, fine. Ketones are now like level 8, I guess. The charts are weird, but level 8, and maybe that was the difference. And it seems like it's staying there, and it's just going to go up a little more. Hard for me to tell the difference between the reds and blacks at this point because it's really dark red, crimson, and black kind of look the same. So I won't be able to tell when it gets much higher, but I'm feeling it now, and I hope tomorrow. Day 4 is actually, or day 3 or day 4 is you're supposed to kind of feel like this, a little bit of the headaches and stuff. So we'll see what happens on day 5, and then we got the weekend. So just get through the weekend, and the fact that I'm so excited when I think about the finish line, I guess should tell me something. But yeah, when I think about the finish line, I don't know, I just get euphoric. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but it is what it is. Day 5. This is day 5. This is close to uncharted territory for me. A couple more hours, I guess. And I would say hunger is about a 6. It should be the same. My stomach has had no food yesterday and today. I don't know, but today it seems to be like aching more. Not really growling, aching. It's aching. But not enough to like convince my brain, oh, you're gonna feed me or die. Secondly, energy is probably a 3. Energy has dropped way down. Probably because sleep was terrible. I'll get to that. What else? Mood? I mean, I don't know. Mood, I guess, is a 4. It's close to energy, I suppose. Maybe 5. I can go with 5. And yeah, I just did not sleep well last night. They mentioned insomnia being one thing, which was fine at the first few nights, but now, last night was just could not sleep. And I did have a nap yesterday for lunch, but that shouldn't have been enough to just totally knock off my sleep pattern. But yeah, and I woke up early, so I got to bed really late, couldn't sleep, and then woke up probably 2 hours before normal, or I wanted, so I'm missing that sleep, which now less energy. So hopefully I can take a nap later and get some of that back. To be honest, I was close to calling it off this morning. Just did not seem worth it, but I'm so close to like breaking new ground and setting a record for myself, which I may not break ever again. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, weight is down 7 pounds. Waistline's doing great. Definitely a noticeable difference in the photos at this point. It's just, I'm gonna go buy some vitamins to make sure I just have every vitamin covered, because I've been taking B and salt and electrolytes, but I might need to do more than that. A few more days and we'll be done. A few more days, that's all I gotta think about. Day 5 is in the books, and overall it was a pretty decent day. Not as good as day 3. Nothing can beat day 3, but it started out very poorly due to a lack of sleep. And then I took the vitamins, took the salt, it's so nasty, took the powder, the electrolytes and everything, and I felt worse. I mean, at that point, my stomach was just very upset. It looked like I had a really bad hangover. I was just like not in a good place, and it took about an hour for that to really calm down. But after that, it was okay. Nothing majorly good happened. I didn't have the same energy as 3, but what can you do? Anyway, hunger, 3 right now. It's just crazy how low it is. It's true what they say. It's just your hunger will actually diminish over time. I just cannot believe it. Can't get over that. Let's see, energy. I seem like I have a lot of energy, and I do mentally, kind of, but physically, I guess probably not. I'm going to give it a 6, even though, yeah, I wouldn't go out running right now, but mentally I feel good. And then mood is 8. I'm just in a great mood. I'm just thinking about this and how well today has gone overall, considering how poorly it started. Ketone level was really high, like dark red, maybe black. I really can't tell. And then it kind of came down later in the day. So I don't know if just because I haven't been exercising as much or using it as much, but drinking lots and lots of fluids. I know a lot of people don't like it, but for me, diet soda is the only way I'm going to get through this, because to me, that's like candy. And I could not do these fasts without that kind of a treat, because it's a 0-calorie treat, but it feels like I'm getting like, something really sweet like candy. And then coffee as well. So coffee and diet soda and some tea. So those are the 3 liquids I drink. Maybe water, I guess 4. So 4 liquids, all I'm having for the week. So day 5 is done. Looking forward to day 6, see what happens. I'm going on a hike tomorrow, so yeah, I don't know. But usually, as long as you don't need any total strenuous exercise, then it's okay. And this is going to be light. So yeah, day 6 and then day 7, and then so excited just thinking about it. But yeah, it's been a journey. I don't know if I'd do this again anytime soon. I definitely won't. All right, good morning. It is now day 6 of the Great Fast, and I slept pretty well, so that's a cool part. I had no problem sleeping. Yeah, much better. In fact, it's a much better morning than day 5, which is weird. How can it be better the further I get into the fast? But it is what it is. Hunger, 4, I suppose. Yeah, crazy. How can you not be hungry 6 days? But it turns off. Your hunger goes away when you're deep in ketosis. I can't measure how far I am right now because I'm traveling. So no scale this morning, no pictures this morning, and no waist measurement this morning. But I can only assume they are better. Energy, or I guess that's the second one. Yeah, energy. Well, it's morning. Energy is always, it's high for the morning, but I would say 5. Energy is 5 right now. It is early. Like I said, it's about 8:15. What's the one? Mood? Mood's great. I feel good. Very positive that I feel this good 6 days in. And, I have to give it a rating, I guess. 6, 5. I think 5. I don't have that much energy. It's morning. Is that energy? Okay, and mood. Mood is 7, really? Yeah. I have not fully woken up. I mean, literally 10 minutes ago, I was getting up, so there's that. Look forward to today. I am, like I said, traveling, and I am around a lot of food, a lot of good food. The smells of the food are the main thing that just like, I miss that. It's not physical, it's more mental. Like, that would be nice. It'd be nice to partake. I had to pass wine last night, and yeah, it would be great. It's hard to do this on a weekend. I mean, weekdays are expected, but weekends are supposed to be fun. So I'm missing the food on the weekends, but all right. I'll be home later today, and I'll check everything then. But for now, day 6, one more day, one day more. Day 6 is in the books. Day 6, we got through it. Hunger, 4 for the day. And then energy, if I average the day, that's probably a 4 too, although it's higher right now. And give it a 5. 5. And as far as mood, 7. I actually felt pretty good today. But the energy was low because we went on a hike this morning with some friends, and this is a good testament to like how much energy, like what you can expect when you're fasting for like a week. It was a 7.5 mile hike, up 1,800 feet, down 1,800 feet over several hours, and that was okay. It wasn't like, I think I would have done better if I'd been doing this on carbs, but it was actually, I surprised myself that it was okay. Never really dizzy, and I did welcome the breaks, but I was actually in decent shape most of the day. So, yeah. I would say that I learned a lot from that hike. Otherwise, a ketone level right now is pretty darn high. I mean, I think it might be in the black. I don't know. It's hard to tell for me, but it seems like, having all these calories needed during the day definitely boosted the ketones, the fat breaking down. So that's kind of cool. I took the photos when I got home, so I couldn't take them this morning. But there's not a huge difference between day 1 and now. I mean, I wish there was, but there's just not. I mean, it's a little bit, but anyway. I mean, you lose a few pounds of fat, but you don't pick where you lose it. Your body gets to decide that. So I would say today was an okay day. Nothing has been as good as the day 3. Definitely haven't been exercising. Well, I guess 7.5 mile hike, that's exercise, but I haven't been doing that home exercises as much. So that has been affected. And definitely learning that those supplements and the salt, supplements and salt and electrolytes help so much. They're hard to take, they upset the stomach, but within about an hour to 2 hours, I feel a difference. And of course, it's all liquids. It's been an entire week liquid. So I'm excited to start day 7. 24-hour clock will start soon, and once it does, I'm just really looking forward to all the good food I get to eat on Monday. Although I actually went out and bought like See's candy, a lot of it, so I've got so much food. I will be starting slowly and not eating carbs at first, but I'll get to it Monday. Trust me. It is now day 7. Normally when I start the day, I expect different things, but today I just had like fatigue, very tired. Hunger is still 3. That part is definitely true. Hunger goes down and kind of stays down. It hasn't increased. I'm not going to eat because I'm starving. I'm going to eat, I'm not going to eat today, but tomorrow. It won't because I'm starving. It'll just because I want to get out of this. I feel, all right, the second one, fatigue. I feel tired. I got enough sleep and I feel tired. So I guess, or energy, I think I call it. Energy is 4. maybe 3. Yeah. Mood is just 4 as well. I mean, I don't feel, I'm not in a bad mood. It's just I don't have that kind of like happy energy, I guess. So I would say ketones are still off the chart. Ketones is definitely, yesterday maybe it's in the black now. I don't know. But yeah, I would say I'm going to be eager to get out of this. This isn't a place you want to be in for too long. The first few days aren't bad, but that day 7, it's just that it's frustrating not having energy. I think that's the main thing. It's like just feeling like you're always tired and fatigued. That's probably the worst part. The other things aren't so bad, but that one is. It's just like, it just feels like, nah, I don't want to be here anymore. So anyway, the 24-hour clocks have started and we'll get to eating soon. Oh, that cheers me up. Mood has gone up now, but just think happy thoughts. Food. This is it. This is, I guess, the last video, sort of the last video. This is the end of day 7. I still have a few hours to be up, maybe 4 or 5, I don't know. But I thought, let me do the video, let me get this out of the way. I don't think a lot's going to change. The day has been very tired, very lethargic, very fatigued. Worst day for energy in the entire run, by far, because there was no upside. It was just the entire day of hardly being able to move, not wanting to stand up, not being able to focus on anything or sit in front of a computer, or even watching TV hasn't been that easy, but I haven't been able to sleep that much either. So, all right, I would say hunger, 3. Hunger's just hardly there at all. It's just been so easy. The hunger has been the easiest part of this, by far, the easiest part of this, I think. Energy, 3, and energy should be a 10. You want energy to be high, but energy is 3. It's just, that sucks. But today I just was not blessed with energy. I guess I don't know. I don't know the science, all the science. And mood, I guess a 5. I mean, I'm not in a bad mood, but it's a frustrated mood because feel like I'm trapped inside a body that doesn't want to, or even a mind that doesn't want to have energy or do things. And I just wish I could get, I mean, I could with food, obviously, but that's not going to happen until tomorrow. But overall, yeah, there'll be a summary video tomorrow, so I don't want to summarize the whole week yet. I just want to say that I will be glad, so glad when it's over and never have to do this again. I wouldn't say I won't do this ever again, but I have no plan to right now. I plan to do maybe some more 3s and maybe 4s. 3s, probably more 2s and 3s, but not a 7. I don't see myself doing a 7 anytime soon. Unless there was a reason. I can't even think of a reason for it, but yeah. All right, well, let's sign off, and I look forward to doing one more video right before I start eating food, and then maybe one catch up like how it was after 7 days. So let's sign out. And there we have it. A 7-day fast is done. This is technically day 8, but I'm not doing the whole day, so it doesn't count for anything. I just had to get to the morning because, anyway. Yeah, hunger, 3. I'm not really that hungry right now. I'm going to eat because I want my energy back. Energy is probably 4. Mood is 7 because I know I'm going to eat soon, so I'm very happy about that. But yeah, yesterday was just awful. Day 7 by far was the worst. Just no energy all day to do anything. Even just movement was really bad. Slept pretty poorly. It took a long time to get to sleep. When I finally did sleep, I slept fine. But yeah, this morning wasn't even as bad as last morning, but I think, again, that's sort of mental. I am happy. Ketones, extremely high, off the charts. That should be addressed. Other than that, I feel good having done it. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I would say it's great. I mean, I lost 12 pounds. 12 pounds in 1 week. I know it's not all fat, but some of it is. Some of it is fat. So, I mean, there's an inch off the waist right now. So I'm going to work on continuing to make sure I'm staying trim, but I definitely think that part has been awesome. Yeah, the weight and waist have been great, and the photos kind of show some more definition. I like that part. I did not like being fatigued. I did not like being tired so much. Mild headaches, stuff that I just couldn't fix. The only fix that I would have had was food. and I couldn't do food. So yeah, I probably will never do this again. I mean, I might do 5s and definitely 3s and 2s, but 7s, no. Once was fine. I can better understand what people go through when they are have to live without a shipwreck or a castaway type situation. But I also understand that your body is made to go without food for a period of time and just use fat. So up until a year ago, I didn't even think that was like humanly possible. I'd never gone 24 hours, and now I've gone a week. So that part was cool. But do not fast without a doctor's approval, recommendation, authorization, whatever. I mean, I just want to say that because for me, it wasn't a problem. I'm in good shape, and I've been doing it slowly for almost a year. But for other people, I would say, nah, don't jump in. I also say, likewise, don't eat a bunch of bad carbs, don't overeat, don't neglect your health at all. I mean, stay healthy. So I think that's important too. That's it. 1 week. I'll probably do a follow-up of how I feel after refeeding and, what it's like, what the jump back into having energy is. Because I miss that. I miss having energy. All right. Well, the fast has ended, so day 8, I guess you'd call it, isn't a fasting day. This is an eating day, back to normal. And I would say, well, as far as getting used to eating again, that went the best it's ever gone. I started very slowly with some cream and then an egg, and over hours. I mean, I did it like even slower than they recommended. So by the time I got to like bread and I don't know, just junk food, pastry, I was in good shape. So I had no digestive issues at all, which was kind of nice. However, it's not all good, because I don't have my energy back yet. It was almost as bad as yesterday. I just felt tired all day, fatigued, have to sleep, have to rest, don't want to move. I get winded easy, and my brain doesn't want to think about anything too long. So I guess that's not ideal. That hasn't, so I haven't recovered that way yet. I guess for 7 days. It's not going to all come back right away. I did notice when I did some ketone test strips that even 6 hours in, there was still extremely high level of ketones, 8 hours and even 12 hours. It's still pretty high, dark red, if not black. So that kind of tells me that maybe I just had so many ketones in my system that they're not used up yet. And the brain maybe is still getting ketones for fuel instead of glucose for fuel, which I need to get back to using glucose for fuel, because that's for more energy kicks in. The ketones seem to have a limit. They were fine for a couple days, and now it's I don't want to be fueled on ketones for my brain anymore. I want to be fueled with glucose. So maybe that's going to take a while for the engines to kind of start up, the stores, the reserves to get higher, and I don't know all the chemistry involved inside, but I just know, it was a really frustrating day that I didn't get my energy. No matter what I ate, it didn't translate into more energy. So I'm hoping tomorrow to be, bouncing off the walls once again. I miss that. I miss having energy. So yeah, I definitely do not recommend, well, I say I don't recommend a week. I don't, but I also wonder, what were the positive things that I didn't see about the autophagy, the HGH, human growth hormone, all the things were really, you can't experience that might have been beneficial. I mean, I know physically I felt, and mentally I felt exhausted, fatigued, and tired, but if behind the scenes some really good stuff was going on and it was helping me, and for the long run, then that's great. But I don't know if you need 7 days to do that, and now I'm having to lose an 8th day from being tired. I really can't get much done. Hopefully not a 9th day, but that remains to be seen. So it's hard to tell. I hope they keep doing more research on this kind of stuff, because Yeah, to go this long and not have energy, it's kind of disappointing. But yeah, well, tomorrow's another day. 36 hours it's been since the fast ended, and well, I gotta say the first 24 were not terribly good. The past 12 have been great. I feel really good now, back to normal. A tiny bit tired, but I think that's just from lack of sleep. Yeah, so I actually welcome energy once again. And I like to do total honesty during these things because this is kind of important to me and maybe to others. How I feel about things. I am glad to be done. I have no intention to do it again anytime soon. I mean, at first it was like never ever again, and then I don't know, a little time goes by, I think never, I don't know, probably not, but then I'm honest with myself, that desire could come at a later time, just to, I don't know, try it just to see. I'm still curious about like all of the invisible things, like I said, the autophagy, the HGH, the longevity, the immunity. There's just all those, the inflammation, all the cleaning out the biome, all those things that were hopefully still going strong while I was doing it. And I don't know whether that tiredness had come from a lack of minerals, so maybe that could be addressed, and maybe more supplements. And I don't know. It's hard. There's a lot of stuff out there, but it's hard to know, like, all right, what's really important and what's just like, just chatter. However, that being said, no time soon. Definitely no time. I have no desire to do it anytime soon. Even 5, like, I'm in no hurry for 5. 2s and 3s, sure, but 5, 7. Nah. Now, of course, a day later, I do have an increase back on the scale. I think 4 pounds came back. I mean, I just ate crazy on the latter half of yesterday. There was no foods barred, no carbs barred. So yeah, 4 pounds. Actually, the waist was about the same, so that was kind of cool. So yeah, I mean, overall, the waistline, I don't know, photos, I've looked at the photos. No, it doesn't look that different, really. It's really hard to tell. You'd have to do this a lot longer than a week. But I did notice like the chin and cheeks, and people even commented on that. So yeah, you will start to get a more defined cheekbones, but is that really what I want? I don't know. I don't think I need that. Chin, we could always use, everyone wants a stronger chin, so that's kind of cool too. But those things will happen in a week, I believe. At least for me. Now, obviously, hunger's returned because I'm eating again, and hunger, it's sort of that just craving hunger. When you can eat, and you know you can eat, it just doesn't go away. It's like, let's go get a snack, and then 5 minutes later, let's go get another snack. So that's what's frustrating, is that when that comes back, it's like you're always wanting to satisfy these cravings, and when you have food nearby. If I was working at a archaeological site with, I don't know why I picked that, but an archaeological site with no food around, then it'd be kind of easy to not eat because there wouldn't be food. But if you're in a place where you just walk 15 feet and get all the sweets and food you want, it becomes tougher. So yesterday was a break. Today's kind of a free day, but tomorrow I need to go into more of a discipline, not the same thing, but more of a disciplined eating regime. Once again, it's just the only way. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention digestion. Yesterday wasn't really bad. I think today, my body getting used to all this food and having to digest it and process it, the intestines just not being ready for it. They've had a break. They've been sleeping for 7 days. Yeah, if you were going to break a fast this long, 1 to 2 days of just always being near a bathroom. To put it delicately, yes, always be near a bathroom when you're doing something like this and breaking it, because you're going to need it at any moment. So yeah, that's all I'll say. I think it's self-explanatory. But overall, yeah, it's great to have energy back. I just love the fact that now I can do things, I can accomplish things, I can go exercise. Although I do have to say that the brain was kind of all tired from ketones, I think, but the body didn't like to do things because I was tired more easily towards the end. And anything I did, like the brain was like, I'm so exhausted, I don't want to do this. And that was just standing up. But I did do some like tricep workout, quick one, and I got 100 reps of something that 100 reps is my max. So, and even at the end, I felt like, wow, muscles feel good. It was like, my body could work out. I could go on I did do that hike. I did. I went on that hike. I could walk up steps. Muscles worked, and they could work, and you can do it. You just don't feel like it, and it's taxing on the brain. The brain hates it. So it's just interesting that it's mainly the brain that was affected by the fasting. And as I said before, this kind of fatigue is different than no sleep fatigue. It's just a different feeling that, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but sleep fatigue feels like one thing where you kind of want to rest, although with this type of, with ketone fatigue, resting won't really help. I mean, you just rest, especially it's worse if you just can't sleep, then you're just sitting there doing nothing. It's hard to watch the tele, it's hard to be on the computer, it's hard to do anything. It's just extremely boring. So that's probably a big impediment to doing it again. It's like, I don't want to go through that boring phase. Maybe if you're doing it with like a girlfriend or something where you can just sit around and do nothing and just chat, I don't know, that might be something. But if you're doing it by yourself, and yeah, I think for me, day 7 was just interminably boring. So that's a big reason to not do it again. So I do wonder, what if I had more salt? What was I deficient in certain things that could be addressed? Because there's A, I was just running on ketones. My brain after a while said, I can't do this ketone thing anymore. Or B, I was just lacking certain nutrients, sodium, magnesium, potassium, that could be remedied if I took more. So I don't know. I mean, I'm curious about that, but not curious enough to go through this all again anytime soon. So that's what I've learned.